Shit show.
Shit show.
Yes.
I am the infamous CEO, Kieran, and joining me, opposite me, you may have seen him in Lord of the Rings, The Wizard of Oz, or Willy Wonka. It's Turch.
Thank you. Yes, I was Gene Wilder in one. What's his name? The guy that played Gandalf in the other. And I was Dorothy. So there you
wrong.
go. And you're a friend of Dorothy.
Wrong.
Do you get that?
Wrong.
Do you know what being a friend of Dorothy is?
You are a hobbit. You are an Oompa Loompa. And such and such.
and a munchkin is the other one.
And a munchkin, yeah.
You didn't get my friend of Dorothy.
I got your I'm ignoring your friend of Dorothy.
That was a good one.
I'm not letting you overshadow my introduction.
Listen, cowardly lion. Kieran, it's good to be back. Good to be back in the studio.
In the studio.
Post show with Northern Prost. Very successful show. Very exciting show.
We had a fan, for those that don't know what the hell we're talking about, Turch's band Northern Prost.
Yes.
For Oktoberfest played at the Pelling Bros Brewery.
Yes.
In Heathcote. And we had a fan that I've never met before.
Yeah, come up to us.
Maybe only had forced to listen to the podcast in the car ride up. And I was quite tipsy when I met him. Don't think I gave a great introduction.
Well, he knows us via the podcast, so he's already got the worst of us. I'm like, well, now you.
And then the problem is, people then tell stuff that we've said or I've said on the podcast. I can't remember anything.
No.
I've got no idea what I've said, who I've offended or upset.
You know, I write the show notes occasionally, like to sort of put the little description of what we have said, even in the show, and I edit it. And even while I'm editing, I don't remember saying certain things.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think back, I'll just be on a walk with Dweez, and I'll be like, I gotta write the show notes. What did we talk about? I have no fucking clue. Like, I have to go back to my notes and the articles because I don't remember even what I brought into the show. It's, someone's gonna find some clip of audio from us about...
Someone could probably go through the whole 200-something episodes and cut together really terrible things we've said and probably have a good, 10 hours.
I wouldn't even have to, it wouldn't even have to, Frankenbite it. It could just be something that we've said for 2 minutes. But for me, if someone was to do that, send it to me because I'll make that,
That'll be in the show.
That'll be in the show.
Yeah.
Remember when I said this?
Oh.
Very good, very good.
Turch, I've got a couple of rants.
Oh,
and I know you've got a couple of rants.
Yeah, I got a ring-in rant from Jess.
Excellent.
And she's like, hope you better do it justice, but we'll do that one last.
We'll get to that in a moment. I was very busy today. I'm on a diet, but I thought, fuck it, I'm getting McDonald's.
Oh.
Before I come here, I need to eat. Haven't eaten. Going to get McDonald's. And the McDonald's drive-thru have got two, when you pull up, they've got the two different lanes.
Yes.
And I was like, I've got this. I saw the first car pull in, then I saw the second car pull in lane 2, and I was like, perfect, I'm going to go to lane 1.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because lane 1's going to obviously be served first, because they pulled up first, and then lane 2.
Yep.
So I'm in lane 1. I know what I want. So good, all right. Lane 2 moves forward.
Oi.
Oh, God. How the... All right.
That's all right, it's all right.
No.
Bad,
Another car pulls into lane 2.
Yes.
All right. It's okay. I'm fine. Lane 2 goes forward. I'm just... There needs to be a better system, Turch.
Take a ticket, like in the deli.
Yeah, the deli. We need the deli ticket system.
Deli ticket system. What was the car in front like?
Which, by the way, if it's 7:00 at night and there's one person in the deli, do I have to get a ticket?
No.
Because I didn't get a ticket. This happened last week.
Yeah.
And then someone got a ticket, and then she called the ticket number.
I don't know. When I worked at a deli... I used to know who was there. Even if there was a largish sort of crowd, I sort of knew who was
Well, the crowd also knows who's next.
I would say, that's a common
The person who
courtesy
took
thing.
the ticket knew that I was next.
That's a common courtesy sort of thing. Like if a deli attendant or anyone attendant go, what would you like, sir? I'm like, no, this person was next. I just go, no, serve her first.
Yeah.
Or him first, whatever it is. You know.
So society is falling apart.
This is
You can't get the right drive-through lane.
This is the trolley
Yeah.
morality test. Have I told you what the trolley morality test?
Me. Maybe
trolley,
you have.
The trolley morality test
Yeah.
proves that we can't ever have a socialist society. Because people, despite the fact using the trolley and asked, hey, put the trolley, you don't have to bring it back inside. You can put it in the trolley bay close to your car. And people still decide to go, I'm going to leave it in the car park, which could potentially damage other people's cars.
Yeah, I'm not going to walk it.
I'm not going to walk. It's never far.
Bay, yeah.
It's never far. It's never far from a trolley bay. And yet people still decide to dump it on the side of the road or in the bushes.
Or on the footpath.
On the footpath. Or in the car spot next to them.
Mm.
And yes, it may not affect people at that precise moment, but it could affect people in the future. But if you put it in the trolley bay, someone go to the trolley bay, pick them all up, and that will have no potential of damage to other people.
You're right.
This is why cart narcs are doing the Lord's work. Have you ever seen the
Cart narcs?
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness gracious! So this guy dresses up as a cart narc and goes around to shopping.
Please tell me he gives tickets.
Yeah, he goes up to people and goes, boop, 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 boop. Can you put your trolley cart away, please? This and that, just over there. And every time people don't, they just drive off. He puts like a magnet on their cars, so it just says, I leave my trolleys around and this and that. And people get really angry at him, and it's like, oh, just put your cart away into the bay, and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, that is brilliant.
He's great. He keeps calm. He's always relaxed. It's always great.
Well, we need I agree, we need the deli ticket system in the McDonald's drive-thru. I would be a very happy person. I would have actually been here at 7:40, as I texted you. I was here a bit after 7:40 because of this drive-thru incident.
It's okay. It's okay. Calm. Calm. That's why you have the thick shake.
That's why I have the thick shake. That's why I'm drinking a beer now. Turch, I'm overstimulated.
Oh, well. Oh, here's something for you.
Yeah.
I sold a guitar pedal recently.
Well, another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one here I sold for a good amount of cash.
Yeah.
Right? And the guy came, gave me the cash, pedal, this and that. Guy's happy. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
a good exchange.
Great exchange.
Yeah.
And I thought, I've got all this cash, I'll try to go deposit it into a bank. Have you ever tried? It can never be bothered depositing into a bank.
It's really fucking hard to deposit money into a bank now.
Yeah, exactly right. So I thought to say, you know what, Jess? I'm buying another pedal. It's over there, right? I bought it. I'm going to use the money from the account. Just take the cash, buy groceries, buy what you got to do. I'll take a bit of cash as well. Coffees at work, a few other things at work. Easy. Anyway, so Jess and I go to the pool on Monday. We thought after like a big gig and all that sort of stuff, I need to stretch out. So I'm in the hot pool, the cool pool, trying to stretch things out.
Yeah.
Jess is doing some laps. Great idea. So we get to the pool.
They don't take cash.
And I go there. It's $13 for the both of you. Perfect. I'm holding a $50 note in my hand, and they go, we don't take. Not that we don't take cash. And
we just don't take $50 notes.
Yeah, she specifically said we don't take $50 notes here. And I looked at her like, what do you mean? You don't take...
I give you $50 and you give me change.
Yes, there's this thing that customer service used to have to do. Which, this $50 note is, for me, actual value. My card is a piece of plastic. I can cut that up and there's no money anymore. The $50 note, even if I cut in half, is still $50. You know what I mean?
Yeah, $2.50. Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So she's like, do you have a card? And I'm like, well, that's a very rude question to ask. But I'm like, yeah, I do. But I would have liked
a $100 note I can understand.
Yeah, 50 is normal.
50 is $2.20. Well, $13. There's a 20 and a 10.
Yeah, 20, 10, a 5 and some change.
Yeah.
One of each smaller denomination, right? I'm like, what a pain. driving home, like, oh, that's a bit of a pain in the butt.
She's bound to have $20 notes.
But I'm like, you know what? It's a pool. Maybe they just have, like, it's a weird thing. Whatever. So the next day, I'm walking into work, and I knew I had this meeting in the morning, and I was going to go for a long time. So
Well, that's good.
yeah,
So you turned up on time.
always on time.
Yeah,
And I thought to myself, you know what? Before that, maybe I'll have, like, a muffin.
Yeah.
So I stopped by the 7-Eleven. They have muffins and all that stuff. Thought I'd pick up a muffin.
Now, this is a fine establishment that takes cash.
Okay, you would think, big corporation.
Yeah.
It's a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Everyone goes in there with like $10 to buy, like, $2 to buy a Slurpee. You know what I mean? Go in there, and I put my muffin on the counter. And it was like $3. I'm like, that's not bad for a muffin. Yeah. And I already pulled out the $50 note. I'm holding it in my hand. And the lady's struggling to type things into the computer. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then she's like, how would you like to pay? And I'm holding the $50 note in my hand still at this point. Haven't moved it. In fact, it's right here, like where it'd be in front of. And I'm like, I'd like to pay in cash. And she goes, oh, we don't accept $50 notes here. And I'm
What is this?
I'm looking at her going, that I don't.
The way fucking inflation's going, you're going to have to accept $50
I know,
notes.
that's going to be the fucking norm at some point, you know. And I looked at her and go, well, then I don't want the muffin because I don't want to pull out my card for $3.
Uh-huh.
So I walk away, and so I didn't get my muffin. I was a bit upset, this and that. So then
You didn't ask to exchange the $50 note for 2 20s and a 10 and then pay?
I was so, are you fucking, this happened in the space of 12 hours, you know what I mean? So I was like, nah, stuff this. So I walked away. Anyway, me and my mate, just about 11 o'clock, said we need a coffee before this big meeting. So we went down to get coffee, and I thought, they're not going to accept it, but I'm going to bring it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we go down to our local coffee place. It's really good coffee. It's a bit more expensive than everyone else.
But it's really good.
But it's it's always consistently the best. I go there, and I go, oh, I'd like, short macchiato. Yeah, no worries. Had my $50 note, and I said, I'm going to pay in cash. And they're like, yeah, no worries, sir.
Now, this is a place that understands the value
Like,
of money.
So you want my money. This is why I keep coming back. I couldn't believe it. 2 places in the space of 12 hours go, sorry, we don't accept, not cash. I understand if you're just a cashless business, but we don't accept $50 notes.
You know, there's been a forgery increase on the $50 notes recently.
Yeah, that's what I'm carrying.
Some school kids got in trouble.
Mm?
Yeah. For forging $50 notes.
I did see that was some private school.
Some private school, yeah.
And they were at 7-Eleven as well.
So I understand the 7-Eleven for not accepting the $50 note.
I do have another
because you do look like a scammer.
I know, right? It's a beard.
I mean,
it was my professional attire when I was wearing a suit jacket, chinos, and a shirt going into a 7-Eleven. That's what I'm gonna do.
The 7-Eleven part threw them off.
Yeah,
they go. We get tradies, not corporate people.
That's right. In the city, though, you get the corporate
tradies and bums.
Yeah,
they don't get.
How are bums paying for things there at 7-Eleven without
but coins?
Yeah, coins.
And 5 and 10, and maybe if they're lucky, a $20 note. They ain't getting no $50 notes.
I've got another story about money.
Okay.
You know what a MyKey card is?
Yeah. It's the public transport card.
That's right. So you get a card, you put money on it so you don't have to buy a ticket every day, and you can just tap on. And
tap on and tap off. Yeah.
Great. And
what do you have, a yearly?
Well, no, I used to. So this is part of the story. It used to come out of my salary, and it would just top up, and it would pay for, like, work would pay for the yearly, and they would just deduct it out of my pay fortnightly. Easy. Stopped doing that because, well, I wasn't in the office every day
for 2 years,
and it didn't make sense to pay for it. And now I'm only in for 2 or 3 days a week, so it's not actually worth getting. So I just top up the money. And you know what? I should probably set this up now that I'm going back very consistently. The auto top up. So you can set it.
Oh, yeah, fucking hard. I still don't have auto top up because every time I try to do it, it fucking doesn't work or the system's crashed.
Wow, I didn't even need to go any further. But mine was even stupider. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? There's a card number on the back.
It is the most... it's the stupidest system for fucking auto top-up. Yeah.
So there's a number on the back. And it's like, you're going to make a MyKey account and you're going to put in the number. Great.
The fucking 20 digits on the back
So
of
there's
the card.
20 digits on the back. So I wrote it down once on Microsoft Word and I left it there.
Yeah.
So I knew because I have to copy it about 50 other times. Punch that in and go, look, because I was part of that commuter club.
No. Not only do you've got to make an account, but then you got to wait fucking a week to get the email that says, did you create an account?
No, but this is the worst thing. An account was already made for me with this card connected. And you can't connect a card to 2 accounts. But it was created under my job that I left 2 years ago.
Yeah, so you don't have the email address anymore.
The email address doesn't exist anymore. So anyway, I'm like, this is stupid. So I call up the customer service
even better.
And they go, hey, this is the situation. I have a card that was a part of what they call commuter club. It is no longer. Hasn't been for like 2 years. Now, I want to move that card from the old email address that no longer exists to my personal email address, which I will keep.
Yeah, forever.
Pretty much forever.
Yeah.
And I can organize auto top up.
So you're trying to give them money.
Yeah. On a more consistent basis.
You're trying to give the government basically a weekly subscription.
It's public-private.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's
like a toll road.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy goes, no, you can't do that, sir. You're going to have to get a new card.
So you're going to have to spend $7 now.
Well, no. I just want to transfer this card to my personal thing. All the details you have in there are the same except for the email address. That's all we need to change. But I can't get into that account because I can't access the closed email address.
Do you know what? If this was the private system, you would have been able to do this.
Yeah.
Because it's the government. The government's sort of like, yeah, we've done this project. It's near enough.
It's done.
It's done.
It's over.
And who cares that it's now been a decade later? We haven't fucking fixed it.
Yeah. Anyway, it took me about half an hour for him to understand that all I needed to do was change my email address. And I'm like, change the email address. Send me, I'll answer any of the questions that you need me to do to prove my identity. It has $10 on this card. Like, realistically, if I could just swap, like, I can even transfer the funds from one card to another. I'll just get another card. I'm like, no, we're here now. We're 30 minutes into this conversation. I'm going to win this one.
And I'm doing this during work time.
I'm doing work time.
So I've got till 5 o'clock, buddy.
That's right. Yeah. I'm there all day. I'm here till when you leave.
Yeah.
It all worked out. But I'll tell you, the fact that it took that long to literally change an email address, for this gentleman to understand that all I wanted to
that fast.
I was on hold for 10. You got any more rants? I got one more. I got the Jess one.
I do.
Okay, go.
Went to the Q Club the other night.
Smoked meat.
The other day. Smoked meat, delicious, wonderful restaurant. One of the best smoked meat restaurants in Australia. Wins lots of awards.
Amazing.
Fucking fantastic. So I'm driving there, and all of a sudden, I felt like Eric Cartman out of South Park. Mm-hmm. And there's an episode where he wants to just, gather up all the hippies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, and all of a sudden I'm like, hippies everywhere. It's like there's this magical line, and then there's ferals.
Because you were in Brunswick.
Brunswick to East Brunswick.
Yeah, so that is like, that's like
holy
the yuppie...
shit. I have not been to Brunswick in a very long time. And holy shit, I was like, wow, this is what people have been going on about society and the nouns and whatever else I'm going to,
These are people who are still technically studying, living off parents' cash.
Yeah.
Working part-time jobs somewhere to pay for a share house in Brunswick because they want to live next to all the other, like the culture. But are all doing like arts and design and marketing degrees.
Just unfucking believable. And then I enter the Q Club.
Yes.
And I was with my people again. I was with people who looked presentable.
Yeah.
Conservatives, conservatives, yes. All had jobs.
Everyone that hates taxation.
Yeah, yes.
The opposite. Outside world is like, geez, we should pay more taxes. Like the rich should pay more taxes. Inside it's like, no. I want to pay less taxes so I can pay this place more money to get more meats.
I ate a lot of food. Walked away with more spice rubs. And it was great. And then had to walk out into the world of Brunswick again. And holy shit. It is just... I don't understand it. They just look like bums.
It's a weird dichotomy because that area is so expensive.
Yeah.
So expensive. But it's only expensive because...
Oh, have I ever told you about the time I really upset someone?
Please.
This is a fucking story and a half. Gather round, children. It was a couple of years ago. Maybe more than a couple of years ago. It was about midnight. So I'd been out partying. And my mate goes, oh, come to this house party.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, oh, fuck it. Let's go to a house party.
We're there.
It was one of these share houses.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, look at these scums of the
earth. So anyway, well, no, I hadn't even made it into the backyard yet. Talking to people, got a drink. Yeah, this is great. And this girl is like really sus. Anyway, she eventually goes, are you a cop? Now, I'm wearing a collared shirt.
Are you a cop?
Am I a cop?
I'm wearing a wire too!
I was like, no. I'm not a cop.
No.
All right.
I'm far too smart to be a cop.
So anyway, and then party continued.
You are literally a university lecturer. You are their king.
I should be their king. I should be.
Yeah.
And then I was in the backyard talking to someone. I don't know, this girl was around, not around. I don't know, she could have been a they or whatever. Anyway, I don't exactly know what I was talking about, but I'm pretty sure I was on a tax rant at some point.
Turch has all these great talking points. I subscribe to his newsletter. And now I'm a libertarian. What's going on here?
Yeah. So there was that going on. And later on so she left. So that's whatever. Then later in the evening, there's less people. We're outside. Everyone sort of that's left is sitting outside, sitting all around like the chairs.
Yeah.
Okay. She and her friend come back outside. She sees me, is disgusted by me.
Yeah, of course.
And then walks away. All right. So the night continues.
Whatever.
So it's probably like 4 a.m. now.
Yeah.
4 a.m., 5 a.m.
And that's when you get your handcuffs out and arrest everybody in the whole place.
She at some point had made it back. She's now sitting on this couch. I can't remember what was said, but I probably said something very offensive for Brunswick. And there was this like dead silence. Like, when everyone's just dead silent. So I know I said something. If you were there, you would have been pissing yourself.
Of course I would have.
I know you. And then someone else goes, maybe it's time for you to leave. And she's like, yes, you should leave. And I go, all right, I'll order an Uber. And I just sat there.
Why did you order the Uber?
I ordered the Uber.
Finished your beer.
I finished my beer and continued chatting to like 2 other people. So I think I would have made her very uncomfortable.
I've said this story before to you before. I don't know if I've said it on the show, but I made a lesbian couple very upset because they were saying like we should pay more taxes to sponsor like more Medicare, more climate change changes.
Have you heard about these fucking retirees saying they want to pay more tax on their super?
Well, they can do whatever they want. I'm not going to. You can vote, and I said to them, you can like. I said to this lesbian couple, do you like put any of your own money into any organization, like non-for-profit organization that does these things, like like environmental stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh no, we don't. I'm like, well, one, you're a hypocrite, and two, if you really wanted to pay more tax, there's nothing stopping you. And now that they unfriended me, like got their phones out and unfriended me on Facebook.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, it's fun.
Make very good points there, Turch.
It's very simple sometimes. All right, I got one more rant.
All right.
And then we can do some news. Oh my God, we got so much crap today. Why does this happen? Like, we build it up. Yeah.
All right, I believe this is
Okay. This is a Jess rant.
a Jess rant.
She comes home. And
Uh-huh.
she goes, I got a rant for you. Oh, it made me so fucking angry. You're driving.
Mhm.
Picture this, you're driving.
I'm driving. Yeah.
All right? You're driving along. And then you got shoes on because you're a normal human being and drives in shoes.
Who doesn't drive with fucking shoes on? I can't drive.
I know, it's just one of those
Yeah.
things. You got manual car as well.
Yeah.
You sort of need it. It's only automatic drivers that don't drive with shoes on.
Even Birkenstocks. I hate driving in Birkenstocks.
And thongs as well.
Yeah,
It's like,
I can't do it.
anyway,
Yeah.
so you're driving in, I don't know, a nice pair of leather Italian shoes because you're going somewhere like a nice place.
Like the Q Club.
Q Club, a collared shirt. You're driving there because, you're being a good guy, you're not going to drink too much, just eat a lot of meat. And then your foot gets itchy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always in a spot that even no matter how much you kick your shoes,
Yeah.
or you try to rub your like that
You're
part
not
of,
going to get
don't
the
get
itch.
it, and you have to like take off the shoe and scratch it. It's one of those itches that you can't like when you can rub your pants
Yeah.
and get the scratch.
If you had an itching pole, maybe.
yeah,
But you
your
don't
back's
have-
itchy. I'm gonna rub myself up against the door frame. It's like the bear.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of itch that you're trying to attend,
Mm-hmm.
but it's on your foot
Okay.
and you're trying to drive.
Right.
And you're like, am I going to pull over? Am I really going to pull over and scratch my foot? Or am I going to live with the pain?
And
Until
sometimes you can't pull over.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yes, you just have to live with the pain of...
Of itchiness. I hope no
itchiness.
one's itchy right now.
Oh, well,
Give it a good scratch.
One for us. Give it a scratch. That's Jess's rant, by the way. I hope I gave it...
Is she not phoning in?
No.
Oh, I was all prepared for a...
That's it. She comes home and she goes, itchy feet when you drive. And I went, I'm going to make something out of this.
I've never had itchy feet while I've been driving.
Well, if you have it tonight, it's because you're thinking about it.
I'm thinking about the itch.
And then you're there like stamping your foot.
No. I've got the Ugg boots on, so
Yeah,
I
you're
can.
You can put one foot out the window. It's all good. Kieran, you got some news for us? Unless you got another rant. I don't think you don't. No.
I don't have any other rant. Turch.
Oh, you got a video?
Well, I would like to start with a video.
Mm.
I do have some news articles, but let's start with the video.
Oh, it was like
This-
a good video.
My
Less work for me.
my favorite political organization that I just am obsessed with because I just think they're so stupid, had their party conference. And this is just a highlight reel. And I thought we could just play, there's a few different snippets in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought we could dissect what they're talking about.
Okay, I'm guessing this is the Victorian Socialist
It is
Party.
the Victorian Socialist Party.
Okay, so right now the gentleman here is saying the working class create all the goddamn wealth.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if it's going to capture that, but we'll go from here.
No, I think it's saying it's
It's a
capturing
caption.
what he
There we go.
says. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Class create all the goddamn wealth. We should be the ones electing management if we need them and sacking them if they behave badly.
We need to root out the
All right,
corporatisation.
pause it there. So we need to be, if you're a socialist,
Yeah.
hire the management and sack them.
That works for government. It doesn't work for an
It
organization.
doesn't work for a corporation.
because that's
which-
top down.
Yeah, which if I created an organization,
Yeah.
I
I hire people below me.
I would be the shareholder,
I don't. Yeah.
or there would be shareholders.
Yeah, if I own
Who-
the business, I don't hire someone to manage me. I manage the
There are
people
below me.
and or they get too busy,
Yeah.
and then they need people below them, but they manage those people,
Mhm.
and because they've already got skill sets.
So if you work for a factory,
yeah,
you don't own that factory.
no,
The owners who created the factory
Yeah.
or got the shares own the factory.
yes, and let's say you did at one stage work in a factory,
Mhm.
and then you bought the factory. Well, you probably wouldn't be on the factory floor making things. You would probably hire people
To work for you.
to work for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So,
The only
And then
place
the-
this works is government, where we vote in.
well, it's only for elected leaders because
positions,
they're
yeah.
elected. Yeah. If a bunch of workers got together
Mhm.
and invested in a business and decided they still wanted to be the base level, and then hire a management team, which doesn't make sense to me at all. The more I talk about that, it's stupider it gets. We're in charge here. Yeah. Well, you guys have not met your KPIs that you set? What the fuck?
So we're going to stay at the bottom of the organisation, but we're going to hire people to manage us.
Yeah. And that way, if we don't like you, we'll get rid of you. Well, who's going to take that job?
Yeah. And then everyone's going to get lazy and then not work.
Yeah. Well, they might have to work, because if they don't work, then they lose any income.
I know, it's stupid, isn't it?
It doesn't make sense at all. What how does that even... You got to elaborate a little bit more, gentlemen. I guess this is the next person here, Liz Walsh, it looks like.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We need to root out the corporatisation of our public services, the imposing of private market discipline on public service delivery. We need to fight against government cost-cutting and underfunding of our public services.
Okay, that's really fucking frustrating, because I've been dealing with a whole bunch of what we call public-private partnerships at work.
No, but we need to, can you give it, what was the first thing she said?
We need to cut out that privatization of public things.
Well, they're either public or they're private.
No, that's not true. That's not true. So, great example is that like a toll road is the perfect example of a private-public partnership. So the government goes, hey, we need this road, right? And a public company might come along and go, you know what? We'll chip in 50%, but when it's done...
We're going to toll it.
We'll toll it, but we'll also maintain it. And the government goes, well, it's going to cost us either $10 billion or $5 billion and less maintenance cost in the future. And the road still gets built and is probably even better maintained because the company who will eventually take it over as a money-making revenue income
I've been on CityLink and EastLink. They're very well-maintained roads.
Because they're like, well, if it's not maintained, no one's going to use it.
I'll put out another one. Air Services Australia, the air traffic controllers. Government, but really it's government, but it's really a private organisation that just pays a dividend to the government.
Yeah, that's it. Because it's that.
But I wouldn't want that to be a publicly operated organisation.
No,
because it thrives. Like, it needs a CEO. It needs to be treated like a private organisation.
There's a whole bunch of
because they're billing airline. Like, it's.
There's a whole bunch of
you wouldn't want that in the
things like that.
You want people. You want really smart people who are going for incentives and bonuses.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch. Go if anyone's interested. Public-private partnerships. They're an interesting sort of thing, and it's also a risk movement thing. So the government can move all this danger and risk because we don't have the expertise, the understanding. Like, you know, we know how to build a road, but do we know how to build this Goliath of the road and maintain it? No, but this company who only builds roads and understands roads and has engineers who are literally go, what does this guy do? We pay him $400,000 a year to design the white lines. Why? Trust me, you need that guy.
Or when it's flooding, you know, the freeways?
Yeah.
Still pretty fucking good with all this rain.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, public-private partnerships are actually fantastic. The public transport one's a bit 50-50, but I guarantee if it was all in the public's hands, it wouldn't be running at all. You know, so very, they're good. They're good in some ways and bad in others, but they work for certain ventures. Okay, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this lovely big
Public services.
We have been on strike for 36 days now. I have known Liz and Jerem for a long time. I know they are staunch fighters who are absolutely dedicated to organizing, fighting, and generally raising hell alongside working class people. Frederick Douglass once wrote, "Power concedes nothing without a demand." We have made our demands, and we won't stop fighting until we win.
That's literally what terrorists say. That's like radical extremists. Like that's what Islam says. Okay, what do you want, radical Islam? Well, we want all of Western society to shut down. Oh, okay. Well, look, I'm gonna put it out there. It's probably not gonna happen because we have it. We're gonna put it out there. We have it pretty good here. Well, we're just gonna blow shit up. Taliban's back, baby. Like it's the same mentality. So that guy's been on strike for 36, 37 days.
Yeah, actually, they just finished 40 days.
40 days.
Yeah,
or so.
they're on total 40 days.
Of what? Like, what's he?
Knoof or something. I don't know. That makes all the plasterboards. Like 50% of the plasterboards.
All you're gonna do is people are gonna go, well, these people. Let's go hire more people. I can't imagine making plasterboard being a very highly skilled job.
I
don't know.
I just love this fact that they want very, very. I think I said this last time on the podcast. Very, very interesting thing happens in India, where you rent a house,
Yeah.
and then the landlord raises the rent,
Yeah.
and goes to kick you out, and then you go to the court, and the court says, no, the landlord can't kick you out.
Yes.
And then, I know your landlord can't increase your rent.
Yeah.
And then that stays like that for 13 years.
I was gonna say you just.
If you, as a property owner, Turch, had that happen, would you ever invest in another
No, I would just sell.
property?
Yeah, I would just
And
sell
do
and
you
get out of the
think-
market.
And do you think that...
I would invest in shares.
And do you,
or
yeah.
anything else.
And do you think that if...
Electricity in India, it's like fucking skyrocket.
And if that happened, do you think there would be a lack of houses for people to rent?
Well, not only a lack of houses, but a lack of quality houses.
Yeah, that's the socialist policy right there. Yeah.
This was the same as, remember one of their people, Kath Larkin, went on that 3AW show.
Yeah.
We brought her in. And their platform was to, if you have a vacant house anywhere in within the CBD area, like 5K radius.
No, it's in Victoria.
In Victoria.
Anywhere in
Okay,
Victoria,
even more outlandish. And if it's been empty for a certain amount of time, you have to allow homeless people to live in there. And I compared it to lending people your toothbrush.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
It doesn't matter if you haven't used your toothbrush in 6 months.
No.
Yeah.
I'm still not letting you use my toothbrush. Hey, can I borrow your underwear, Kieran? No. Oh, come on, you're not wearing those ones at the moment. Yeah, but they're mine.
It's my fucking underwear.
It's my underwear.
Yeah.
My dick's been in that. I don't want your dick in where my dick's been. That's gay as shit. I've heard you say that before. I was quoting. Good videos.
Oh, it's just fantastic.
Oh, here's one for you. Here's an ad campaign, or the end of an ad campaign for someone in America to be some sort of politician. I don't know much about it. I just saw this clip and I thought to myself,
is it Tiger King?
Here we go. No, it's not that. No, he's dead, isn't he? No,
he's in prison.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead.
Call a crackhead.
One more time?
Yeah.
So this is the end of a political ad.
If you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
Oh, that is
in Louisiana.
That is great.
I would talk to him like crazy. Hey, Kieran, do you want to hear about fatphobia and dating?
I do want to hear about fatphobia and dating.
Okay, this woman found this thing today, and she's talking about dating preferences. Now, we can break this down the more we go through it because she gets a bit ridiculous and she says a lot of lefty words in a word salad.
You can translate it for me, right?
I could try my best.
Okay.
And I think even some bits I'm like, this is too stupid for... The lefties are really good at taking somewhat normal type concepts, scrambling it up in a way that doesn't make sense, and then adding a word salad to it, like that jargon guy at the start of the last episode. And that's what I feel like with these sort of things. They learn these words, but they don't really know the meaning of it, but they know to put them back to back.
Okay.
Like, this podcast is like the dumbest words put together. You know, it's very simple. Like, if someone wants to go, let's analyze what Australians speak like.
Yeah.
They could play the show and go, it's very simple, easy to understand, fun language. This is the opposite of that.
We're both smart, so if I have trouble understanding this, it's their problem.
I would
Got
say
it.
so.
Okay.
Again, it's one of those things as well. They always say, do your own research, and then you ask them simple questions, and they go, well, if you don't know, you should do your own research. Yeah, but if you're explaining,
you're making the assertion.
You should be able to explain it to me.
Yeah.
Like, I understand music theory, and I can talk about it and understand it. But if I just say a word and then you go...
In other words, you know how to explain the why and the how?
And the understanding, the who, what, when, where, why, how.
Yeah.
Remember that in primary school, that wheel? the 5 W's and the H?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a simple thing that they don't know. And they don't know... Yeah, application. Here we go. So this TikTok is labelled Dating Preferences and Fatphobia. Already off to a great start.
That's brilliant, yeah.
Let's talk about dating preferences. This video was so good, you must watch it, and I want to branch off and talk about how it relates to fatphobia. And
this is great. She's already like a radio show. We're going to talk about this. This video is so good, you got to stick around. It's like Alex shows, after the break, big breaking news. So tell it now then. All right, here we go.
when people are asked, why don't you date fat people, trans people, people of color, whatever, they will say, it's just a preference. I'm just not attracted to them. I can't make myself be attracted to someone I'm just not attracted to.
Isn't that dating? Yeah.
It's pretty good. So...
Wait, is there a point you have to date people you're not attracted to?
Well, let's find out. So far, what she said makes pretty much sense to me. I'm not attracted to men, because I'm not a homosexual.
But Turch, you should be attracted to the L, the B, the G, the T, and whatever's in that beautiful, beautiful sandwich.
The ligatures.
The lettuce, the bacon.
The ligatures. The alphabet.
The trans fats.
The alphabet people.
Yeah.
Did you like my trans joke this week? I'll quickly say it. Why did the trans man only eat vegetables?
Why?
Because he was a herbivore.
Dad joke.
No, it's advanced dad joke. It's a political dad joke. Okay, here we go.
Be attracted to someone I'm just not attracted to. The implication here being that preferences are innate, unchanging, and completely independent of any outside factors or societal norms.
Yeah,
okay, so she needs to stop here.
That's it, because it's true, because if you're gay, like straight conversion therapy
doesn't work.
Like everyone knows that, and nothing is gonna like my dick doesn't go. So far, she's proven herself. The rest of the stuff she's gonna say, she's proven wrong with what she's already said.
You have an innate height.
Yeah.
But can you fucking believe and change that, please?
Yeah, don't worry. I change it every day.
Okay.
I just do it when I'm short around you to make you feel more powerful.
Thank you. Oh, good to know.
I said disproportionate to my penis size.
Uh-huh.
I've said that before on this show too. Okay. Look, Kieran, nothing.
Oh, I need you to change
world.
your innate eye color as well.
Nothing is going to make me not love tits.
And big fucking giant tits.
Yeah, exactly right. You know.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Or societal norms. And therefore, that they are inherently unproblematic. It's not fat phobia, it's just who I am. I can't help it.
Yeah, that's what gay people say too.
Yeah, but also, fat people are just not attractive.
Well,
when I say the word fat,
well,
I'm definitely meaning morbidly obese.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a comparison. If a gay person says, "I don't like women because I'm homosexual," the opposite sex, I'm sorry to say, can't change their gender enough for this person to go, "I'm now attracted to them." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there won't be that. There's no asymptotic line where that happens.
Yeah.
You know. And
what about your personality? If you're
Yeah.
attracted to their personality.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum,
Yeah.
Kieran, someone who is overweight and someone is not attracted to them, biologically, over billions of years of evolution, that's what we've done. We've tried to find the fittest, best, all that sort of stuff. So someone who is overweight, our natural inclinations, not by media or anything like that. Media is just propagating what biologically our brain is telling us. Like the weakest lion in the pack or in the pride doesn't have sex with doesn't reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
Only the strongest and that's what we're looking for in partners and
You're
relationships.
You're looking for a strong caregiving,
correct
earning.
Correct. Now, if you see what are describing now is this fat phobia, we're looking at someone who, what our brain is telling us subconsciously, we don't physically say it.
Not looking after their body.
We're not looking after their body.
Not looking after
themselves. They can't look after themselves.
Yeah.
Because they can't manage.
They're gonna be a burden on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of things. They're probably not going to be able to procreate to a degree because of their weight. That's a big thing that's happening these days. So it's all these things in our brain that go, not for me, which is basically the same as what a gay person is saying to a woman, a gay man to a woman. It's like, well, no, you're not for me. Tits are not for me. I'm really into cocks and balls. So, again.
And until that person can grow cocks and balls.
Yeah, none of this stapled on one. Let's keep going.
I can't help it. But I think it's actually a lot more complicated than that. Our desires are not immune to social conditioning. Although, of course, you can't change your sexual orientation. Certain type of body glorified, praised, and labeled as desirable in media from the time that we can even process those messages, it's not going to not have an impact on us. And
Okay, would you agree? It's very large assumption. No, averages here, not assumptions. Averages. When I say Chinese, you know what I mean by Chinese.
Yes.
If I said Finnish or Finland people, very white.
Tall, white, blonde hair, blue eyes, sort of thing.
If I said Africa.
Tall, lanky, dark skin.
Okay, Brazil.
I think of soccer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but just saying those people from those countries will have sort of defining characteristics.
Well, that's what makes it
right
united and cultural.
Yeah, agree. Let's agree on that fact.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
All right. So then if we go, and they've done
I like
studies.
how we can go, this basic premise, and we can go, yeah, we both agree on this. Very easy. This makes conversations work.
So what they do these studies. And they get people from those cultures, Brazil, different countries in Africa, right? Finland, Sweden, China. And they get them to, if they're male and they're heterosexual, design, sketch out, use the computer program, what is your ideal woman?
Yes.
And each of the cultures have different body shapes of women.
Yes.
They're not all the same.
No, I have read another study that said across the world, like...
Same with men.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it is. Some cultures prefer the dad bod.
Yeah.
Some cultures want muscular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I read another study, and I've got to bring it in. It was fantastic. That they got men and women, same sort of thing, all across the world. What would be the perfect woman? They averaged it all out. And what are the key factors? And men and women had certain things that were very common across the board. But the one uniting thing for all men across the world was a certain hip to waist ratio.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you got a good hip to waist ratio. And that just means that on a very basic level, all men are just like reproducing. That's all we're looking for.
Yeah.
Good reproductive person.
Uh-huh.
And the next was like attractiveness and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So what she's saying so far, completely wrong. Okay, shall we keep it going?
Yeah.
I like how this minute video we can talk about everything under the sun.
It's not going to not have an impact on us. And the fact is, at least anecdotally, lots of fat people report being desired by many people.
Yeah, but no, Kieran.
What?
Some people are into feet.
Some people, and most people, are not into
Not
feet.
into the feet. So minority groups are always going to have some sort of kink and fetish.
Mm-hmm.
There is the social, but the piece that isn't there is the social acceptance. And again, that's also true for other marginalized identities. Maybe you are sexually attracted to fat people, but you can't see yourself in a romantic relationship with one because you've never seen that replicated in media. Or maybe
So you won't live your life to the fullest because you don't see yourself on any kind of television show. If you really break it down, she's using big over-glossing words, liberal words, but if you break it down to bullshitty words like I've just said, it's like, you won't date someone you find hot because TV says no. And now you're going to think to yourself, are you a fucking moron?
It is...
If a guy wants to stick his dick in something,
As it is commonly said, any hole is a goal.
any hole's a goal,
Yeah.
and he's finding it hot and it gets his dick rock fucking hard, he's going to go, don't care what other people say, I'm going to fuck the shit out of that. That's why guys fuck body pillows and masturbate to pictures of feet and like to watch their girlfriend or significant other get fucked by other men. You know what I mean? Like, what she's saying is so stupid when you break it down to that.
No, but she's in the middle, she already discredited herself.
Oh yeah, the whole thing is like she flip flops like crazy, like a politician. But to think, look, everything she said is, if you take it down to the basic core of what she's saying, like you know what, the new Little Mermaid thing, it's a black mermaid,
Okay.
and some people are like, oh, mermaids can't be black, and other people are like, no, it's great for representation. And I'm here going, who cares what color a mermaid is? Mermaids aren't even real.
Mermaids are make-believe, and that's real enough.
That's right. And then I'm standing back, it's like, well, it's so great that we have representation. You know what I mean? Like,
No, they haven't gone far enough. You know what's a shame about the mermaids?
What's that?
They don't have legs.
they need the fish head
That is offensive to leg people.
legged people.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, right? It's like, do you remember as a kid? And if you saw, like, you know, that little girls, little boys need representation on the screen. I remember watching Transformers and seeing Optimus Prime and going, that's me. Power Rangers Megazord? That's me. You know? Oh, you know, anything. Monsters from
look,
Monsters
for
Inc.
me-
I'm Sully. There I am. Like, that's me.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Oh, yeah,
that's me.
and Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Yeah,
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
like, there's so many things like that not human.
Oh, the ant from Bug's Life.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the bug. I'm the
Yeah.
ant. Oh, yep, I'm the grasshopper. I'm the grasshopper guy. Yep, for sure. There's so many things in media that we just go, okay, it's not a human. You know what? I see Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. I'm like, that's what I want to be when I grow up.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
Fuck
Bunny.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be Yosemite Sam or Elmer Fudd. I wanted to be Daffy. I wanted to be Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century.
Look, when I
With
saw
Porky
Bill
Pig.
Murray, I wanted to be Bill Murray.
Yeah. So this whole representation thing of you not seeing something in media has never stopped anybody before. And if it does stop you, you are mentally ill. You have a bad brain capacity of being able to project yourself into a character.
It's just excuses. It's just.
Let's keep it going now.
In media. Or maybe you love a fat person, but you're too afraid of what your friends and family would say if you introduced them. Or you're too afraid of what it would say about you to be with someone who is lower on the desirability totem pole.
Oh, so you've now
Let's talk about
announced
dating.
She's now stated that someone who is overweight is lower on the desirability pole. She said that now. So she's flip-flopped again. She's definitely stated now fat people are less desirable than non-fat people or regular people. Can you believe? This is what people believe. This is...
She needs many years of therapy.
You know what? You know who brought this on? Like, think about this, right? We did this body positivity movement.
Uh-huh.
And we're all like, what's going on here?
I want to go back to the good old days of like 2007
No
to
one
10,
gave.
when like Facebook was new, but
Yeah.
we didn't have all this shit.
You know, back in the day,
Yeah.
right?
Which day?
We started this body positivity movement. And everyone's like, what's this about? This sounds interesting. And everyone's like, well, you know, sometimes people get caught in a fire
Yeah.
and the skin gets burnt and shit. And we just go, you know what?
Let's celebrate,
you
being
know
body
what?
positive.
Good.
Yeah.
You know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you look like, you know? Oh, you went to war and you lost your legs?
Yeah.
Man, don't worry about it. That's cool. We'll try to help you out.
And then it gets hijacked.
And then everyone's like, you know what? That's really cool. Like, I'm into that. I'm into like, you know. And then the fat women came along and said, and us too. We're body positive. We're positive that our bodies are pretty hot too. And we're like, no. See, like, the burn victim
Can't change
can't
anything.
really do much about that. Like, the short guys, they can't really do much about that.
You can wear heels.
It's true. Who says I don't?
Heel toe.
You know, the guy in the wheelchair probably can't do much about it. And if he could, you know, this is like...
The guy in the wheelchair, if he could walk, would probably fucking walk.
You know what? If Stevie Wonder was told, hey, buddy, you could probably see again, but you've just got to lose like 10, 20 kilos, he'd be on a treadmill every single day. And be like, how'd you get your sight back? Well, I ran. I'm really good at running, and now I'm never going to run because I might get my eye lost.
Yeah, you'd be fucking running every day.
I'd be running every day, yeah. What are you eating today? Nothing. I can't because I might lose my sight. You know what I mean? But these fat women have just gone, no, we're body positive too. And now it's like, you have to accept us for who we are. Because you can use the same things like,
Turch, I'm a libertarian, and you need to accept me for who I am.
I don't care what you are, buddy. I don't care what you fuck.
No, but yeah, it's...
As long as you're not fucking children, I don't give a shit.
Ew.
Half your age plus 7. That's your youngest.
Half your age plus 7. It's a very good motto.
It's a good.
You told us a couple of weeks ago.
I did. Yeah.
Now,
that's all I've got for articles. Jesus Christ, this has already been an hour. Do you want to do some quick whip around?
All right, quick whip around of the news.
What do you got for us?
I'll just read out some headlines. Larry the cat outlasts the 4th UK Prime Minister.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even fucking talk about the netball.
Oh! No, fuck, let's talk about...
Okay.
Hey, let me read out these headlines. We'll get to the netball. Marijuana companies sued for not making customers high enough. Woman unleashes swarm of bees on deputies trying to serve an eviction notice.
There you go.
That's pretty fucking clever.
I got some COVID news.
Yeah.
So sad news, Kieran.
Oh.
Short people
Uh-huh.
are of greater risk of catching COVID. You can see... Sorry. Taller people are actually...
Oh my god! 2 different news articles. Holy shit! Short people at risk and now tall people.
Yeah. About 3 or 6 months apart. That's good, huh?
Oh fuck! Well done.
Thank you. So let's quickly talk about what's happening in Netball Australia. For all the international listeners, netball is the woman version of basketball because they, to make sure they know where positioned they are, they wear it on their chest and they're not allowed to go into certain zones depending on your position.
Because in basketball, we know what position we're playing.
Yeah, we just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Just do what you got to do.
That's right.
And there's more women on the field, and amazingly, they all wear the same thing, and they don't get angry at each other, but they do get angry, Kieran, at $1 million sponsors.
Yes, netball was given 15. Well, was going to be given 15 million.
So the female Australian team
Yeah,
was given 15 million.
well, it technically wasn't given.
Yeah, it was promised.
Promised, yeah.
You know, $15 million from Hancock. Was it Hancock?
From Gina Reinhardt,
the richest woman in Australia.
Australia,
Well,
yep.
richest person in Australia.
Yeah, richest person. Fun fact: I have actually been to Gina Reinhardt's dad's property in Western Australia. I was like 3 at the time,
Beautiful.
and my dad went to.
It was just everything outside of the city.
Yeah. And fun fact: my dad also went to Gina Reinhardt's wedding.
There you go. Got to do something with your time.
Yeah.
Did she eat the groom?
No, my grandparents were meant to go, and then my granddad was actually sick. So, like, my dad's mum was like, "Yoink, you're coming with me to this wedding."
Lovely.
So and then I have no other connection to
Lovely.
her. I'm sure they were just
What a story,
they
mate.
would just meet in the room. No, so she runs Hancock Prospecting.
Prospecting, yeah, which is a mining company.
Mining company.
They basically they just
Which
mine-
people forget. This country, if anyone doesn't fucking realize this, Australians have it so fucking good because of our mining.
Well, 80% of the power we generate here is from mining, but not only that, we provide China, India, and especially during this gas shortage crisis, all of Europe and America with coal. Like, that's how much coal we have
And we
here.
could be providing all the fucking gas.
We could too.
Yeah.
We have the biggest gas thing in the world as well.
Yeah, we've got a lot of resources in our ground, and we as a society benefit from this. And you just can't, even if you want climate change fixed or anything like that, work on the fucking carbon tax credit system.
Yeah.
Not the mining, because if we stop mining,
We're fucked as a country.
there goes your laptops, there goes your phones.
Unless we move to nuclear.
But even that, you need all these materials for other things.
You need.
So anyway,
Mining is very important.
so in short, woman donates money to female sport.
yeah.
Female sport says no.
Well, okay. You've got to go into why.
Yeah.
So the Australian netball team, they're called the Diamonds, which is very funny, ironic.
Yeah.
As
yeah.
well. You know, they're more cubic zirconiums at the moment. We're putting together our team. This team is like unbeaten, all that sort of stuff for years.
Oh,
and
very
we're
good,
about
very
to
good,
get in for the first time in 30 years or something, a Native Australian, like an Aboriginal woman. I don't know what the proper term is. It's one of those two.
Yeah, okay.
And she's joining the team.
Yeah.
And they go that she comes into the team, hasn't played a game yet for the national squad. And she makes a statement saying, "Hey, I feel really uncomfortable having the Hancock logo on the Australian women's netball team uniform because 45 years ago, Gina Reinhardt's father said some pretty derogatory things, basically stating that..."
And they were terrible.
They were
things.
terrible. He basically stated that Aboriginals should be sterilised. Okay? That was the statement.
And
because
Gina would have been 20 at the time.
Yeah, 15, 20 at the
Yeah.
time. You know,
Somewhere between 15 and 20.
Yeah. So he said that, not her. He did.
And do you know who
40
do you
years
know
ago-
who one of the biggest sponsors of Aboriginal programs in Western Australia is?
The mining companies.
Gina Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that to a side. All right.
Do you know who one of the largest employer of Aboriginals in Western Australia is? Gina Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting that
So
to the side.
just that in context. Yeah.
So she's gone, "I don't want to play with the Hancock logo on it." Now, Gina Reinhardt promised $15 million, which, in the grand scheme of things, for women's netball, is probably their biggest sponsor. There's no one else on their netball uniform that's giving $15 million, especially in 1 year. It wasn't like over a 3-year period. It was like, here's $15 million. Go win. Now, So the whole netball female team has gone, we stand behind you, this, Aboriginal woman who hasn't played a game for us. And Gina Reinhardt just went, well, okay, I'll take my money back. Yoink. I was, if you don't want it.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you read the press release that she put out, but her lawyers put out. Her lawyers basically stated that Gina Reinhardt was happy not having her name, even when she gave the money. She goes, "Hey, here's $15 million."
She still made a donation.
She still made it $2 million, I think.
Yeah, $2 million. I think. Yeah.
But she goes, "Here's a $15 million donation. You don't even have to put my name on the thing. I just want to give women's sport $15 million." But Netball Australia has got, actually, no, you donated a lot. We'd love to. This is great because we want to promote you. You'll probably donate again.
I have nothing wrong with sports people. You look at what the Socceroos have done. They've put out a thing saying about Qatar.
Yeah.
And the
Yes.
all the people that have died building the stadiums and the
It's
LGBT.
pretty bad, yeah.
Right. So they put out a video, but they're still playing.
Oh, yes.
And so I go, well, I would be disappointed if they pulled out because of that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, at least you've made your point. Now go play.
Yes.
I would have been happy for the netball team, the netball players to say, I don't like this. I don't have to be part of netball.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to play, but I'm going to let it know that I don't.
Yeah. We all think that we don't really like this on our... Well, okay. I think it's different.
Because you don't get to play...
One is a sponsor. One is a sponsor that, yes, you may not like, but they're paying your salary.
Exactly.
The other one, that the Socceroos, I saw that come out today, and I was a bit upset at first, but I'm like, no, because they don't really make money that much during the World Cup. And they're not, like, Qatar's not giving them money, it's FIFA. Right? What they're talking about is the bad practices within a country that they're going to. And I'm like, okay, that's actually very different from going to a sponsor going, your dad said something 40 years ago that we disagree with.
You can still say that and go, but she's
still
not,
play.
And not her dad.
Yeah.
But we still make
but
that
also
public.
Don't have sour grapes now that she's taken the money back, they're all sour grapes. So this is going to affect women's sports now and in the future.
No, it's just what happens
and
when
it's like, well, what is it? Say shit, find out. Like, what's it called? Is that saying? Like, getting, if you're in it, say shit, get hit.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Sort of mentality.
Or just don't play netball. If you don't agree with the sponsors.
Well, if you don't agree with the sponsors, don't play netball. But if they're giving you a salary...
There's lots of fucking sport. They don't have, like, gambling ads.
Yeah.
Or anyway.
Well, this is the same thing as the... Some people are comparing it to the rugby team who won't wear the LGBT flag type thing on them. And I'm like, well, no, that's... I understand it. They're against it, but they're still playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I get that. That's like a religious thing. And they're like, hey, actually, my religion is telling me no.
Mm.
And I have a feeling that if they said that it's my religion and they weren't devout Catholics, they were Islamic, we'd be like, oh, yeah, of course. But because they're Catholic, I think it's like, oh, no, fuck you. I really think that's the case.
It's an interesting. I think good on Gina Reinhardt for donating $15 million. Well, wanting to donate $15 million.
We talk about how, I think we were talking about privately, how women's sports should be sponsored by women. Like where these companies like Lorna Jane.
Oh, earlier in the podcast when you were saying about your friends that disfriended you because they could have paid more tax or they could have donated.
Yeah.
What
What is?
What do we have here? We have Gina donating money.
Yeah. So she's doing what what people want people to do, and she's the one that.
If you'd like to sponsor Gina, if you'd like to sponsor the We Only Do One Take podcast,
mate, I will take.
We'll take 15,000. I'll
take 1,500.
Oh, well, Let's go for
a month.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's better.
An extra $750 each.
Yeah.
A month. That's not bad. That's a couple of nice dinners.
Yeah.
That's a lovely dinner at the Q.
That's a dinner at the Q Club. Yeah.
And we'll take her out too.
Yeah.
With all her other socialites. It'll be fantastic. Okay, I got one more article.
One more article?
One more very quick one here. Where was it? Oh, god dang it, I had it up. Here we go, loading it now. Do you know who Chloe Grace Moretz is? She's a actress. She was in she was the kid actress in that superhero film back in the day.
Oh, that's narrowing it down a lot.
A little bit, sorry. I'm so bad here. She was in
Chloe. What's her name? Chloe. I'm Googling. Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz. Anyway, she's an actress. She was in the film I can't remember what the film is.
Carrie, Kick-Ass, The Fifth Way.
Kick-Ass, that's the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry. Tom and Jerry 2021. Funny story. I told you I'll tell you about Tom and Jerry.
All right.
Just quickly. You can wrap up in a sec.
Yeah. So she was in. So they made this Family Guy joke.
Yeah.
Which is like here. Like this. So they make this joke.
Yeah.
And it's basically stating that it's like Chloe Moretz. Like you can see that. And she said that Family Guy meme used her body as a joke type. And she was recluse because of it all these years ago.
Right.
And I'm like, how fucking weak are you? You're a fucking celebrity. You're in the limelight. You're always going to get bag teased. Shit's going to dump on you all the time.
Yeah, that's just what happens.
Like, this is why we love a villain.
Uh-huh.
That's why we love guys like Alex Jones and Kanye West.
Uh-huh.
Because...
Kanye for president.
Kanye for fucking president, man. Because we love the insanity. And if you can't handle... This is the same thing. Can't handle the heat.
Alex Jones for president.
Nah, Kanye with Alex Jones as the...
vice president?
Or press or communications.
Oh, yeah, press. Oh my God.
Welcome. We were right. Aliens are here. I've been keeping a secret. They're putting food in the water! I've been telling you all the time. Coming up after the break. Fake news. The government now is poisoning our water system, but that's okay. The government is also selling water purifiers. You know what? It's have you seen that? Do you know who Stone Toss is? He's a. I usually hate political satire comedy stuff like comics. He's the best one. He's great. He had this one where someone like President Biden's aide came up to him and goes, President Biden, Ukraine need another $1 billion. What do we do? And then it's another panel of President Biden thinking.
Yeah.
And then the third one is a judge going to Alex Jones, and you have to pay the court $1 billion. Like, yeah. All right, Tom and Jerry.
So I'm watching The Simpsons the other night, and Itchy and Scratchy is on.
Yeah.
And I go, how did they come up with Itchy and Scratchy?
Sylvester and Tweety, Tom and Jerry.
Which my housemate sits up and is like, are you fucking serious? And I'm like, what? I was like, how did they come up with Itchy and Scratchy? He was really annoyed at me.
Yeah, I would be too.
He's like, Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
And I realized at 32 years of age, that is like one of the stupidest things that I've never...
No, it just doesn't click.
I was like, that makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my brother used to call that sort of thing something. Where it just is something that's blatantly obvious for everybody.
And you've got no fucking idea.
Yeah. It's amazing. Amazing work.
Anyway, on that bombshell, that's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. It's been fun. You can find us on most of the major streaming platforms. iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, We're also on the gram, the tweetverse that Elon's going to run. Where else are we, Turch? Email, we only do one take podcast.
That's right. I just want to give a shout out to our friend Teresa. She's got a new podcast out right now, and it's fantastic. If you like music and you want to hear some stories behind music, her show is called, I want to get it right.
It's the poet something.
No, she stopped that one. She's doing something new now, and it is called, where is it here? A story for a song, where she tells some stories about her personal life and how music has been invested in that. And she's always asking for people to tell their own stories and bring it onto the show. So it might be a good one for you to go in there and talk about some Slim Dusty.
Yeah.
And very exciting. I just got word, breaking news, that Karaoke Big E 100% back.
Fuck yeah.
With their 203rd episode. It literally just released. I just got it on my phone right now. So go check them out too. But Kieran, so good to have you in my studio.
Thank you very much. And everyone, we will see you next Thursday.
Playing the Benny Hill theme.
I won't try to do our theme song.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5-star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.